So let's talk about 5 layers of persistent context inside the Cowork. So here are 5 different things that load before you even type anything. This is what make Cowork different from just using a chat box. So if you go to your Claude, so this is your Cowork space. You can create a new task and here you go. Okay. So first thing you need to focus on your Claude.md. So this is always on and load every session. You need to write once and it travels forever for you. Okay. So it means this is your identity file, your preference, your tone, how you want things formatted, all of it. You write it once and it load automatically every single session. You never have to explain yourself again. So if I show you in our past project, when we are working with this Priya coaching folder, so all is about the folder and the files. So we have this folder and we have this Claude.md file. So if you open it, so it's all about the identity. So who is she? What are her target audience? How she wants to write her current program, the schedule, and output structure, and also the hard rule that if you need to follow, Claude need to follow when answering it. So this is the Claude MD file, and if you go to your settings here and go to your cowork, and if you come here for global instructions, so these are the instructions here to all cowork session, right? So whenever you open a new session, it always loading it here. So you can write the context inside it. If I go here and edit it, so this is all about me, who I am, what I am doing, my location, what are the tools that I used, who is my mentor, about my clients, how I talk about it, what are my output structures, and the things that I need to skip, right? So you need to write you everything about yourself inside here, and I will provide you prompt, or you can just simply go to Claude Cowork and just ask it. I want to write a global instruction for my cowork, and can you interview me about myself, the work I do, the output that I wants to do, right? About my client. So it just interview you and it give you the whole the context you need to write it here. So this is the global instruction that always loaded whenever you open a new session. The second thing we have the projects. So this is the second layer. These are scope workspace. So if you are working with different clients, different topic, each one has its own project. Switch projects, the context switches with you completely separate. So let's say if I go to project, so here I make a project for content marketing for myself. This is for when I recording these videos and use AI. So if I go here, and this is the separate project, and you can just ask anything about your particular this project. You have the instructions for the project, you have the context, right? I have some folders and some files here, and the main thing is about is memory.md. So whenever you talk in this session, so I have the few conversation here. So here I just set up my visual guide creative types. So if I click it here, so here I have the conversation about it and come up with a thumbnail. So I use this thumbnail and just turn into a skill as you seen here. So let's say if I open a new session here, I go here and open a new session here. So here I just type it, let's say YouTube thumbnail, right? And I am showing people about 5 different context layer of cover. Okay, so if I just type it this, it use the YouTube thumbnail skill that I created inside this project. The skills we can use for other project as well, but I just want to show you here. I can ask anything related to this folder, so it remember where we are in this process of this project. So as you see here, it automatically adapt the same style, and it just create this thumbnail for me, right? So deep dive the 5 context layer and how the coworkers understand your world. So this is the project layer, and we have this project layer. So different client have different rules, so we can simply define. mm, so let me go here and just go project. So I have this content marketing, right? So I define my instructions here, add my folder here. So each client have different folders, and it know and track the progress for the each client. Okay, the next layer we have about the files. So there are local files saved inside your computer, maybe template your past work, and it's always accessible, right? So your local folder is a part of the workspace. So any template, past work, reference doc, Cowork can access them directly. You don't need to paste anything, right? So if you go here, and we have this folder content marketing, right? And if you click on it, right, so it always load all those files here inside the same context, right? So we have the context marketing, then we have the audience empty file, the blog, co-work circle, community, my brand boys, the ideas, and this tracker for my ideas, right? So all the files automatically load every time when we have load the folder here. So these are always accessible for the co-work. And after this, so when we are giving the example for YouTube, right? So the fourth layer is the skills, and this is the big one, right? It's a you need to describe one time and it invoke forever. No need to reprompt yourself again. A skill is a basically a set workflow. You describe how to do a task one, save it. Next time you just call it. No re-explaining, no re-prompting. It just run. Okay. So the way I just show you, right? So if I go to my previous conversation about it, so I just like this style of design, and I have the conversation inside the Claude Cowork, and I just upload the transcript of my one of the video and just asking to create the thumbnail. It create this one, but I don't like it, right? So I just tell him I just need a big heading and Claude Cowork intro, right? So it create this for me, and then I just give a different prompt, and it come with this, right? And I like this. So I just had the conversation with the cowork, and now this is the important prompt. I just tell the cowork save this as a skill and log this design. So whenever we need to create thumbnail, we need to follow this. Okay, so it understand all the conversation we have so far, and it package my skill, and it install the skill for me, right? And you can see here we have the YouTube thumbnail skill. So it create this is the description, this is the important part for the skill, and I'm going to show you the whole session about the skill because this is very important part of the cowork. And this is the description, and this is the body about it, like the YouTube thumbnail, the log design system we have, and four variables that we need, like the introduction part, the line 1 2 and subtitle, right? This is the HTML template that I'm going to use. So skill is just not a single time work. You need to tell your agent what you wants to do, and you can actually do the task that I did here. And once you satisfy with this, then you can create the skill, right? And once we have the skill, so let's say in future I want to make some changes, right? So uh, I can just tell it to change it, like the styles, or add my logo here as with automation. So we can just redefine or re-verify our skills as many time and until we get the proper result. Okay, and I will tell more about how we can create the skills. So there's a three ways, and I will tell you more about the skill in upcoming video, so because it take a long time to teach you everything about the skills. And now we have the skills, and now we have the fifth and the last context is the connectors. So Connectors are like your tools connected, right? You don't need to copy paste every single time. These are the live connection to your tools, your crm, your calendar, your docs. So data flow directly in their cowork. You don't export anything, you don't copy paste anything, you just pull in, right? So if I go to cowork and open a new task here, and if you go to your connectors, so I already have some connectors here, but if you install the new one, you have this browse connectors here, and you can just add the Slack or Canva, or you can search it for your tool that you want to connect. Okay, so these are the connectors, and I already have the connectors here. So let me show you something. So I have this connector for my Google Drive, and I can just ask it to I have any meeting on 26 June. So if I just ask it, right? So I already had my connector connect here for Google Calendar as it turn it on as well. So it loaded the tools, and if you just open it, so it just go to my calendar and list the calendar event, right? So now you find out the meeting, right? So I have two meetings. So one of my client is Adrian, so we have the meeting with him, and also I have the other business meeting as well, right? So if I go to my Google Calendar here, and on 26 I have these two meeting, right? So it can do this for us. And also let's say I have connect my Airtable, right? So I can ask anything about related to my any base inside the Airtable, or if I want to change anything, right? I want to generate a report, we can do this as well. So on upcoming videos we can use skills and connector both, because these are two important context layer inside the cowork. So we can go through this as well. So before you load or type anything inside the cowork, it already load everything that is stored in your Claude.md, your project file, skills, and the connectors, right? So stop thinking about what you need to type. Think about what cowork already knows whenever you open a new session. So this is about this. So now that bring to the harness mindset. Okay, so I created this visual here. So every session is a deliverable, not a turning, not a tuning opportunity, right? So you can understand by the mean of harness mindset is that treat every session as a chance to make that next one easier. You're just using Cowork to get a task done. You are asking, what did I do manually this time that I should never have to do it again? Then you fix it. So the next session is already handled. That's it, right? You need to run the session, review the output, update your environment, and next session start with the higher, right? So each cycle you can go through it much faster and give you the better output. So after once you complete the every session, you need to ask three questions to yourself. Did I repeat myself? If yes, add this to the Claude.md, or you can create a skill, right? Skill are just a reusable instruction, right? That I show you in the YouTube thumbnail. And second thing you need to ask it, did I paste in a file cowork should always have? If yes, you need to move the file to the persistent location in your workspace. And the third question that you need to ask, did the output miss something predictable? If yes, you need to update your instructions so it doesn't happen again. That's the loop. Run a session, review the output, update the environment, and the next session start with higher and better output. So here's what the actually look like over time. In week one, you have no setup. You are writing a 50-word long prompt every time. Specify the format, your tone, the audience context from scratch, right? The output is decent, but it's inconsistent. And after using it for a 1 month, after tuning it, your Claude.md already declares your preference. You have a skills for your task. Your templates are in the workspace. You just write a few words instead of 50, and you have the same task with less effort and every time, right? The prompt gets shorter, the output got better. That's the whole point using the Claude Cowork. So this is all about this 5 layer of persistent context in the Cowork, and also about the harness mindset. So see you in the next video and we talk about how the session work. Thanks.